Yo, what's going on, gamers? Welcome to week 1 of the VDL. We're going against Jackie, who I was also supposed to play in PDCL, but I just moved into college. The Wi-Fi is super weird. I've been trying to figure out some ways to get around it. It's not letting me connect to any other trainers, so that didn't get played, but this is getting played right now. Holy cow, this angle is so bad for me, dude. Oh my god. I had to come all the way home just to get this shit recorded, and now my camera's on a weird fucking angle, so sorry about that, but we're here. I'm really excited. I'm excited for this season. I really like the team, and good luck, have fun. Okay, that's what I expected to see. I kind of expect to see, like, Dusknoir Metagross lead. Nihilego came, obviously, like, had to. I feel okay leading, like, more Pico or Aquanid. It gives me Fake Out plus Liquidation pressure. And I feel like if he's procking... No, that's not how Second Train works, never mind. But yeah, his only water resist is Hydreigon, which is weak to Bug. So I feel like more Pico or Aquanid is a really, really good lead here. And then I like Scarf and Didi and Blacephalon in the back here. Because if I can take care of Hydreigon and Metagross, then I can kind of go to town. I think this is good. We have Fake Out pressure, offensive pressure, and then if he does Metagross stuff, we have Foul Play. We got options. So good luck, have fun to Jackie. There's a film term for this camera angle. It's like the Dutch angle or something. Yeah. I don't mean to sound like a fucking mainstream hipster, but they did use it in Stranger Things, one of my favorite scenes. Ninetales Hydreigon. Okay. So I kind of do want to double into Ninetales here. I want to go for, like, Fake Out Ninetales and Liquidation Ninetales. I feel like it's super, super obvious, right? But at the same time, it's like, I kind of, like, have to stop Aurora Veil from coming out. If he goes for Protect, then he's a genius. But I'm not... Okay, no Protect. So that's actually a super big deal, because this probably kills. We live Earth Power. We're going to come to Sash, and then we'll die to Hail, but more Pico did its damn job. No Protect from Ninetales means this Liquidation almost certainly kills. Arachnid is so strong. Yep, see you later. Okay, no Scream. So we trade 1 for 1, turn 1. And in terms of, like, Ninetales versus more Pico, I feel like that's a fine trade for me. I feel super okay about that. The question is, what do we bring in? Because now we're in trouble. Actually, I'm gonna bring in Indeedee. Because I feel like Hydreigon dies to... brother. Okay, no, this is fine. So... we go for Dazzling Gleam and Liquidation and Nihilego. He might go for Power Gem or something into Arachnid, but we have the Rock Resist Berry, so it's fine, and then it will die to Liquidation. If it's Sash, then that gets broken by Dazzling Gleam, and Hydreigon should die. This seems super, super safe. And then, depending on what he has in the back, I forgot that, like, Dynamax exists. I was like, this should be a great turn for me, but, like, if he maxes, which honestly he probably will, I don't know what he maxes here, but I don't think either of these options are very good for me. Uh-oh. Depending on whether or not he maxes, which obviously he does. I keep saying he, I have no idea who this person is. Yeah, obviously that was coming, and I should have known that was coming, because it was, like, necessary, but I mean, Arachnid is pretty bulky. And with the Rock Resist Berry, I feel like we still live this. The issue is that I don't think we kill. Which is probably fine. Hydreigon... That's gotta be Assault Vest. That has to be AV, right? Because, oh my god, that did nothing. So we're actually in a pretty bad position here. Like, we eat this, which is very, very nice. But I feel like we just see Dark Pulse from Hydreigon, Indeedee goes down, and then all of a sudden I'm basically out of ways. Yeah, so Indeedee dies, and I'm kind of out of ways to deal with Hydreigon. Like, obviously I still have Arachnid, but it's under a ton of pressure from this Nihilego. Just kidding. Just kidding. I take it back. That has to be Assault Vest, right? Like, there's no way this Hydreigon is an AV. That was no damage. And, like, I know Indeedee isn't the strongest thing in the world, but, Indeedee isn't the strongest thing in the world, but it's 4 times super effective, and I have a pretty decent amount of, offensive investment. So, the max here is like a must, right? The issue is that, again, I really don't think I can kill Hydreigon. I kind of just have to, like, hope. Well, I mean... No, because it's Assault Vest. It's AV and resisted. So, instead of being dumb and attacking into that, I'm going to Phantasm into Magmortar and Protect. Because it's probably like Hydreigon Dark Pulse into Blacephalon, and then Magmortar Thunderbolt into Arachnid. That liquidation kill on Nihilego was really, really big. So we're not out of this, but we're not guaranteed anything. This is still a pretty precarious endgame. Protect comes out. We do outspeed. Please die. That looks like it's Sand Range. That looks like Sand Range to me. Dark Pulse? Yep. I really think that's Assault Vest. Perfect. Okay, so 45 to 37. Okay. Please, Magmortar, die to sand. Oh, beautiful. Okay, perfect. So now, this Phantasm absolutely does not kill. However, because this is a specially defensive Hydreigon, I can... They're both the same base power, and they're both resisted only once. So they're basically the same damage output, because they're also both stab. I'm going to max Flare into Hydreigon to get rid of this sand, just in case. And then I'm going to lunge. He can KO one of my Pokemon, but I really think 2 attacks from Blacephalon will take this thing out. Just kidding. 1 attack from Blacephalon will take this thing out. Okay, perfect. Excellent. Incredible. We take game 1. Awesome. Okay. Okay. That feels really good. And now we're going into game 2. I still think that lead is really, really good. Hydreigon was really good for them here. So I do expect it to come again. I could lead... I could lead Indeedee Hitmonlee. Because then... The issue is that if he pivots and goes like Metagross Dusknoir, which I do expect to come at some point, Indeedee Hitmonlee can't really deal with that. It deals great with basically anything else. Like, if he brings the exact same 4, then Indeedee Hitmonlee goes like insane. But if he brings either of those other 2, then we're in like a world of hurt. So I think Morpeko Arachnid is still correct. if we lose this game, I'll pivot into Indeedee Hitmonlee for game 3. But for now, I think this looks really, really good. Maybe instead of Indeedee, I bring a Scavalier, because I am Assault Vest, and so it gets in the way of Hydreigon and Ninetales and Nihilego, and not really Magmortar, but I have other ways of dealing with Magmortar, and Magmortar didn't do anything, so I don't know if they bring it again. I think a Scav is okay here. Because, like, Indeedee got really important chip on the Hydreigon, but a Scavalier will OHKO the Hydreigon. It probably has a fire move, we are Assault Vest, and we'll probably max it, so I think this is still fine. Because the thing about it is that I don't really want to Dynamax Blacephalon again. I did it that game because of, like, positioning, but it's not one of, like, my primary targets. Do they pivot or do they keep the same? Hydreigon Nihilego. Okay. That's interesting. So this is something that Indeedee Hitmonlee can deal with. So I'm really not threatened by this Hydreigon. I'm really not. The issue is that, like, if he calls... Okay, so they OHKO'd Morpeko last game, turn 1, with Hydreigon. Presumably, they are under the assumption that I don't want them to do that again. So maybe they think I'll double into Hydreigon. Because Nihilego was such, like, a non-issue last game. Damn it. Alright, that's fair. That's valid. No double protect. Man. That's fair. It wasn't, like... It was relatively obvious. However, it does still put us in an okay position, because I still, if I'm not mistaken, I still think that we are outside rock move range. The issue is that if they double up into Araquanid, yeah, then I don't think it lives. So I'm actually going to Brick Break Protect. I think it's fine to reveal Brick Break here. Okay. Morpeko outspeeds Hydreigon, that's really good to know. That's not a 2-hit KO, that sucks. Okay, that's fine. So here's where this puts them, right? So Morpeko outspeeds Hydreigon. Hydreigon cannot protect. It's Assault Vest. So that's perfectly safe. But in order to keep their Hydreigon from being at, like, 0%, they have to kill Morpeko. And then Nihilego dies to... We're probably trading 1-for-1 this turn, if I had to guess. Okay, it's Power Herb, which means it's not Sash. But this is actually still insanely bad, because Meteor Beam is the same base power as a max move, and that's super lucky. I got insanely lucky. That would have killed, absolutely. Like, no questions asked, that would have killed. Especially with the double up. Okay, that's fair. I accept that. I accept. Considering I got the miss, which is a big deal, I am super, super fine taking a flinch there. I don't know why I clicked lunge. I do the same thing this turn. Okay. So we get double KO'd here, which is actually insanely bad. Because they get another special attack boost. Okay. So that's not, like, ideal. Especially considering I don't have... Indeedee? If I brought Indeedee over Blacephalon, I would feel better about this. Because then I could go for, like, Dazzling Gleam. Okay, so... I mean, Hydreigon is almost dead. So I can Shadow Ball into Hydreigon and Dynamax Escavalier and go for Quake and Nihilego. They also max. Okay, so I believe, if I'm not greatly mistaken, that with no speed boosts, Blacephalon is the fastest thing on the field. So, probably, Hydreigon dies, Nihilego kills Blacephalon, Escavalier kills Nihilego. Probably. If I had to guess what happens here, it's that. It's not guaranteed. They could do some funky shit. And also, I might have my speed tiers mixed up. I know Escavalier is the slowest. That's what I know for a fact. Whether or not Blacephalon is the fastest, I'm not 100% sure. Maybe I should be 100% sure, but I don't know. I think I am. I am. Okay. This should kill. Right? Yeah. Even with Assault Vest and the Resist, at that low HP, Blacephalon is just too fucking strong. We get a special attack boost, which is nice. Yeah, they do opt to kill Blacephalon, which is fair. Okay, here's the thing, though. It's a toss-up. Because Magmortar was really bad for them last game. So if they didn't bring it, we're in a good spot. However, because this kills. This super kills. However, if they did bring Magmortar, then things get a little more tricky. I mean, we are Assault Vest and +1. It's a 2v1, but I think this is still winnable. Okay, Ninetales. So they start Hail. And Magmortar. Okay. They're gonna set Veil, though. Because Ninetales can't really do anything here. I feel like... Okay, here's the thing. I feel like Aurora Veil Protect is so obvious. But going for Max Quake into Magmortar anyway gives me another special defense boost. Oh, no. Okay, so we're basically at neutral, which is still very bad. Because this is... we probably still die. Okay, that's fair. That's a super good tech. That was really smart. Fake Tears, Ninetales, very good to know. Presumably that's where the sash is, right? Because game 1, we got fake out on it before we hit it with Araquanid. So presumably Ninetales has the sash. I don't know what Magmortar has. Was it taking Life Orb chip? I should have been paying closer attention. Because I was... like, it might be Shukaberry. Maybe. No, that's right. Okay, I think we pivot. Our lead, at least. I think Indeedee Hitmonlee gives me, like, super pressure, and then I still really like Araquanid here, and, like... if it wasn't for Magmortar, I would bring a Escavalier. I absolutely would. But that... they brought it both times, even after how much it fluked, I can't speak. After how much nothing it did game 1, the fact that they still brought it, they're definitely bringing it again. If they pivot their leads, they're a genius. If they don't, we're in a really good spot. Because again, we know that Hydreigon can't protect, and we know that it's not Sash. Magmortar Hydreigon. Okay, that's still fine, right? Because I can... Expanding Force is still insanely strong, and I really feel like close combat kills this Hydreigon, because clearly it's specially bulky, right? Like, obviously. So, we're a +1 Spadef, and we are almost certainly the fastest thing on the field. I'm gonna click it into the other slot, not because it makes any difference, but because it makes me feel better. And then again, Hydreigon cannot protect. They haven't brought Dusk Noir either game. If they switch in Dusk Noir here, they're a genius and they deserve to win. there are ways that this turn could go poorly, but I don't think they're feasible. Yeah, this probably kills, right? Yeah, Hydreigon is super specially bulky right now. Just like this one specifically, very specially bulky. And then Indeedee is faster than Magmortar. I doubt this kills. Because again, like, I mean, it's single target. Yeah, that's fine. Flamethrower comes out into Hitmonlee probably, yeah. But we're neutral Spadef, and Hitmonlee's base special defense. It is Life Orb. I saw it 2 games in a row, and I still forgot that it's not Shuka Berry. It's fine. This is still a really great position for us, because we have speed advantage that he doesn't really have any way of getting back. Okay, so he brings in Ninetales. That's smart. We still super have the speed advantage here. Obviously, we go for Expanding Force, we're locked. And then I feel okay going for a close combat. It's stab, it's neutral, both of my other moves are neutral, and considering it... I mean, like, they could protect, right? But it doesn't really do anything for them, because I still have terrain, I still have speed control. This probably doesn't kill. Right, obviously it doesn't kill because it's Sash. I was right, that is Sash, but we're Scarf, and so we should outspeed and still pick up the KO with Expanding Force. Right. Okay, so that's a double KO for Indeedee. And then I have a hard time seeing how I lose this. Hydreigon is dead. Metagross and Dusknoir are almost certainly not here. I haven't used my max. Admittedly, they have also not used their max, but we know that Araquanid absolutely 1v1s Nihilego when it's maxed, and I also don't expect them to live this Expanding Force, and I certainly don't expect them to live this double up. I think this is a clean win. The max, of course. Nihilego is very scary. It's very good into my team. I'm very nervous right now, even though I'm in a really good position. I really don't think that I lose this. Holy shit, yeah. That's game. Man. I think if I let it game 1, this would not have worked. I think I played game 1 right. I think I was a little too hesitant to do this game 2, but it's fine. I think I played well. I think I prepped really well. I'm super, super proud of how this went. I'm excited to have a good, strong start to the season. Again, I'm so pumped to use this team. It feels so good in building. It feels very flexible. It feels like I have a lot of options. Man, my stomach is in knots. I'm so nervous. This was really fun. Jackie played very well. They prepped very well. So super GG's to them. I know myself, and I know that when I get to a spot like this, I get very, very ranty and rambly. And so instead of rambling for 5 minutes, I'm gonna cut it off here. The TLDR, I like how I played. I like how I prepped. I'm proud of myself. Jackie did really well. Good game. I'm excited for the rest of this season. Super excited. I'm in too many leagues. I dropped out of a whole bunch of them. The reason I joined this one on top of all of that is because I wanted a chance to draft a team like this. I'm really excited to be a part of the community. I think it's really cool. I'm excited to see where and how everything goes. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I will see you guys this weekend for week 2 against someone I've talked to whose name I have forgotten. Peace out. Peace out.